Republicans spent decades pushing financial regulation and free trade deals. Is that agenda in our national interest? It's an issue that we've addressed quite a bit on this show. Someone who's thought deeply about it is Johnny Burkta. He's executive director of the American Conservative, a fantastic site, and he joins us tonight. So, Johnny, it's a very simple question for you. What would a conservative economic policy look like?
Thank you so much for having me, Tucker. There are two fallacies about the economy that elites believe here in Washington, D.C. The first is that bigger is always better. They love monopolies in this city.
Yes.
The second is that free trade is always beneficial. The question we need to ask is better for who? Now, in the case of corporate monopolies, this was something that Thomas Jefferson was so concerned about, he actually urged that James Madison include it in the Bill of Rights. It's clear, Tucker, based on the research that we've looked at, that high industrial concentration results in higher prices for consumers and lower wages for workers. And who benefits? It's the multinational corporation with no allegiance to America, to our system of government, or to the values that conservatives hold dear.
Yes.
In fact, if multinational corporations had their way, they would do away with everything that conservatives value: the nation state, borders, family, the church, and even the concept of citizenship itself. Anything that gets in the way of the individual and the market, they want it gone. They want complete control.
Why? Every word you said is true. Given, and obvious once you think about it, given that, why in the world would you have politicians in Washington who call themselves conservatives, who clearly have made their first allegiance to these corporations, which have no loyalty to the United States whatsoever and hate everything conservatives say they're for?
I don't know, Tucker, but the good news is that there is a long Republican tradition and American tradition going all the way back to the American founding of standing up against concentrated corporate power because it poses an existential threat to our political, cultural, and economic well-being. And it's time that conservatives and Republicans and President Trump take the moral high ground back from the left and make this an issue front and center in the 2020 election.
The left, all of a sudden, I couldn't agree with you more. The left, all of a sudden, though, is the group defending the economic status quo and defending Jeff Bezos and the Google creeps and Travis from Uber. I mean, those are all liberals.
That's right. Well, they've made an alliance on their social issues, and they're willing to sacrifice their belief in equality and in a society that works for everyone. And so now it's the perfect opportunity for conservatives to take this issue back, to fight for an economy that puts American citizens first, American families first, and American workers first. And if Republicans can do that, they can build a majority that will last for a generation, Tucker.
In one sentence, answer is the Chamber of Commerce and libertarians don't like it. You can't disobey them, can you?
We can do whatever we want, Tucker.
Johnny Burkta, I think I wish we had 30 minutes because that was such an amazing summation, but the crispest, cleanest description I've heard in such a short period of time. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Tucker.